More than 2,000 years ago, in a place called Judea, people lived under the rule of the Roman Empire. The Romans were very powerful and controlled many lands. The Jewish people, who lived in Judea, followed strict religious laws and traditions that had been passed down for many years. They hoped for a special person, called the Messiah, who would come to save them and bring peace. The people were tired of fighting and suffering. They wanted hope and a new way to live. This was the world into which Jesus was born. Jesus was born in Bethlehem, a small town with quiet streets and simple houses. His mother was Mary, and his father was Joseph, a carpenter who worked with wood. The story of Jesus' birth is very special. It is said that there was a bright star shining in the sky, guiding wise men from far away to find the baby Jesus and bring him gifts. Jesus did not grow up in a palace or a rich home. Instead, he lived simply with his family in Nazareth. As a boy, Jesus was kind, curious, and wise beyond his years. He listened carefully to the stories of God and learned about the laws and traditions of his people. When Jesus was just a child, he amazed teachers in the temple with his understanding. Even then, people could tell that Jesus was someone very special. When Jesus became a young man, he began his mission to teach people about God's love. His cousin, John the Baptist, was a preacher who told people to prepare for the coming of God's kingdom. John baptized Jesus in the Jordan River, marking the start of Jesus' public work. After this, Jesus traveled from town to town, speaking to crowds of people. He told simple stories, called parables, to help people understand how to live good lives. For example, he told the story of the Good Samaritan, who helped a stranger even though they were very different, teaching people to love others no matter who they are. Jesus also healed the sick, helped the poor, and performed miracles that amazed everyone. He turned water into wine, made blind people see, and calmed storms with just his words. Many people started to follow Jesus because they believed he was the Messiah, the one God promised to send. Jesus' teachings were different from what many people expected. He said that loving God and loving others was the most important thing, more important than following many rules. In one of his most famous speeches, called the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus told people to be kind, to forgive those who hurt them, and to pray for their enemies. He taught the golden rule: treat others the way you want to be treated. Jesus showed people that God's love was for everyone, rich or poor, good or bad, Jew or non-Jew. His words gave hope to people who felt forgotten or lost. He said that God cared about their hearts and their kindness, not just what they did on the outside. Jesus did not teach alone. He chose 12 special friends called apostles to help him spread his message. These men left their homes and jobs to follow Jesus wherever he went. They were fishermen, tax collectors, and ordinary workers. Jesus taught them how to live with love and courage. They saw Jesus heal people and calm fears. The apostles learned from Jesus every day, and they helped teach others about God's kingdom. Jesus also welcomed women as followers, which was unusual at that time. Mary Magdalene and others supported Jesus and were witnesses to his life and resurrection. But not everyone liked Jesus. The religious leaders felt threatened by him because he challenged their power. Jesus spoke out against their selfishness and hypocrisy. He said that true religion is about love and mercy, not just following rules. The Roman rulers also saw Jesus as a threat because many people believed he was a king. This made the leaders plan to stop him. Jesus knew that he would face danger, but he kept teaching love, even to those who wanted to hurt him. His courage was strong, and many people admired him for that. Eventually, Jesus was arrested and put on trial. The trial was unfair, and he was sentenced to die on a cross. Crucifixion was a cruel and painful way to die, used by the Romans for criminals and rebels. Jesus' friends were scared and hid, feeling lost and confused. But Christians believe that Jesus' death was part of God's plan to save the world from sin and bring new life. The most important part of the story is that 3 days after he died, Jesus rose from the dead. This event is called the resurrection. Jesus appeared to his followers and showed them that love and life are stronger than death. The resurrection is the heart of the Christian faith and is celebrated every year at Easter. It gives hope that forgiveness and new beginnings are possible for all people. After Jesus rose, his followers were filled with courage. They traveled far and wide, sharing the message of God's love. Christianity grew quickly, and many people joined the new faith. Jesus' life and teachings inspired art, music, laws, and many acts of kindness throughout history. Today, billions of people around the world look to Jesus as an example of love, forgiveness, and hope. His story is not just from the past, it continues to live in the hearts of people everywhere, calling us to live with kindness and believe in a better world.